The sky stooped low, heavy with inky clouds. This time, I knocked on the doors of Nalagarh Fort. Perched high with a wide view of the plains, the fort occupies an area of 20 acres and is sheltered by the picturesque Shivalik foothills. Nalagarh is the first fort in Himachal to change from a heritage property into a heritage resort. There is something about this elaborately built fort palace which conjures up images of an exquisite royal past where the decorums of court were observed with quaint, formal courtesy.
Welcome to Nalagarh Fort in Himachal Pradesh. Once upon a time, all this was the Punjab, and the Sikhs were one of India's bravest marital races. It is in palaces like this that they lived, loved and fought. Today, all you do is enjoy.
Originally built in 1421 during the reign of Raja Bikram Chand, Colonel Vijayendra Singh is the present ceremonial ruler of Nalagarh. He is the 29th descendant of the royal family and has been a legislator 5 times. It was his idea to convert this ancient property into an exclusive 12-room resort in 1994. It has since been expanded to house 35 rooms. It takes you far away from the madding crowd with so many opportunities to relax, read a book, or simply snooze. Some portions of the fort, like this dilapidated wall, have been left untouched, which gives the palace a period feel. The rusted postbox on a crumbling wall is a reminder that time has no pin code.
No one writes to the colonel anymore in Nalagarh. Maybe it's the days of email. But if you want to post a letter, well, you can't keep anyone posted.
Though built by one of the most illustrious of Rajput dynasties, the Chandelas, the fort and the palace of Nalagarh have a series of structures that are built in the Mughal style of architecture. These have been comprehensively renovated, invoking the opulence of the Mughals. The palace is built on 5 levels, and 3 have well-manicured lawns. The main entrance to the fort is a massive door adorned with a quintessential symbol of Indian royalty, the lion. Spikes on the gate are no longer needed to ward off enemies, but simply look quietly menacing. But before I explore the secrets of this 15th century fort, let me take you to my favorite abode in the hotel, the honeymoon suite Lal Mahal, where the marriage of the senses have created a unique ambience. Pity, I don't have a significant other with me. The sprawling bedroom is decorated with vintage furniture. Luxury and comfort are the passwords to enter Lal Mahal. The scarlet bedspread is just right and goes with the theme of the suite, red hot passion. The sword mounted on the wall doesn't look like a decoration piece, but one ready for battle.
The sword of Tipu Sultan might have made auction history, but the sword of Nalagarh, like so many other Rajput swords, sing the same tune, death before dishonor.
A whimsical aspect of the resort is that some of the bathrooms are larger than the bedrooms. Feudal India has a long-standing history of ablution, which is almost ceremonial in nature. You may be tempted to have a king-size bath, but alas, times have changed. But the swimming pool in a picturesque corner of the palace overlooking the mountains may be an admirable alternative. However, what I have in mind now is food and not a bath. After a long drive chasing the monsoon, I've reached Nalagarh at the perfect time for lunch. Here, the menu is predominantly Indian, with some European surprises. While I enjoy the delectable Punjabi cuisine at Nalagarh, something interesting catches my eye amongst all the bric-a-brac in the dining hall.
Open sesame, this is a magic lunchbox, so there you go. The first part is out. What do we have here? Oh, this is a glass of water, and there's water. Perfect. And surprises never cease. The second container has 3 smaller containers like a magic box. Perhaps for sabzis, chutneys, and what have you. And then you have another one, preferably non-vegetarian or curries. And then you have another one for rice and roti. But the miracle of this lunchbox is that it stays warm all through the day. If you notice, you have a tiny aperture here. Coal is put inside the last compartment, and the air which goes inside keeps the coals glowing, and as a result, you have warm food for as long as you want. Bon appetit.
The lazy afternoon encourages one to surrender to the pleasures of a siesta. But I wasn't game because the perfectly manicured lawns seemed perfect for a game of croquet.
Of course, every heritage hotel worth its name has a croquet game.
Time to perfect my strike rate. Determined that I am, I could have carried on until I reached the perfect score. But a gentle reminder from my cameraman Anil led me towards the top of the palace, just in time to catch a spectacular view as the sun was beginning its descent behind the clouds. The lights in the distant villages of Punjab twinkled like myriad fireflies. The lazy evening seemed to be ideal for a rambling exploration of the palace. The lobby, which also doubles as a reception area, holds quite a few of Nalagarh's history's mysteries. Raja Surendra Singh was the last ruler of Nalagarh. His wife was the daughter of the famous Raja Bhupinder Singh of Patiala. Captain Amrinder Singh, the ex-Chief Minister of Punjab, is the maternal uncle of the present Raja. The bar and the pool room have a distinctly aristocratic flair. The portraits on the walls of the pool room look like lithographs taken from the pages of history, but they looked a tad out of place in a Rajput fort. The days were warm, so I didn't need the warmth of the fireplace, but the fact that it's there, waiting for the winter months, was heartwarming. Though the rain in the hills had kept me constant company, the morning after was sunny and bright. In fact, too lovely to be wasted indoors, and my morning kappa was served to me in the lawn, set at a height encircled by trees. The resident Mali was pottering around, watering the plants. But this is no ordinary lawn. It's a Ras Leela Bagh, a quaint, exclusive and intimate space within the protected premises of a centuries-old fort.
The Nalagarh royal family seem to be devotees of Krishna. This garden behind me is the Ras Leela Bagh. Isn't it strange that anywhere you go, it is the Leela of God? Hare Krishna.
Royalty is also about the strict rigors of tradition and ritual. But one ritual at Nalagarh that remains unchanged is the morning puja at the temple. Here, the presiding deity of the family, Lord Krishna, is worshipped. The chimes of the temple bell and the aroma of the incense wafting from the temple filled the garden with a sense of spiritual well-being. The temple is situated in a corner of Ras Leela Bagh, the name reminding one of Lord Krishna at play. Meanwhile, I decided to dive into the depths of Oscar Wilde as the morning languorously lapsed into noon. Maybe a bit too languorous, if you see what I mean. Nalagarh still has gobs of secrets waiting for me. Each room here has its own distinctive decor and a dominant theme. The Naina Darshan is a room that overlooks the Naina Devi temple in the mountains on one side, and on the other it overlooks the Ras Leela Bagh. The green upholstery and curtains lend it an idyllic feel along with a sense of serenity inspired by the view. The lantern in the corner reminded me of the days of yore. Another elegantly done-up room, the Manasarovar, offers a spectacular view of the Shivalik mountains.
At Nalagarh, I'm sitting at the window of another time. On one hand, there is this Fort Palace Hotel, which has all the modern amenities a tourist may wish for. But beyond me are the Shivalik Mountains, which have guarded the forts of India for centuries. The hills are alive
with the sound of martial music. Well, wherever you are here in Nalagarh, make sure to pick your room with a view, or the decor and the theme, if you must.
The charming thing about most royal residences being turned into hotels are their sense of lingering authenticity. One can imagine the Nalagarh king standing by this fireplace and discussing matters of state in winter, or for that matter, the state of matters.
Exploring the various levels of the fort was a shuffle of vertical experiences. From the terrace, I could gaze out at a vast expanse of Punjab laid out in front of me. It does give you delusions of royalty.
At Nalagarh, I am on a celestial high. Lord Krishna and royalty, mythology and history. I am the monarch of all I survey.
Time travel has its own zen. One can simultaneously look outward and inward to be both a witness and a participant of different epochs. Luxury is not just about acquiring material and sensual delights, but also being in the perfect environment to experience the richness of the experience. And Nalagarh is the ticket. It's a wondrous karma to pass through